The stealth genre has enjoyed hit series like Metal Gear and Splinter Cell, but what if rather than sneaking by sleepy soldiers, you had to avoid monsters thirsty for blood? That's the premise behind Vampire Reign, and it's ready to take a bite out of the Xbox 360.
And the time has come to bite back.
As a member of an elite government squad, it's John Lloyd's duty to protect America from the vampire-like creatures called Nightwalkers that are rapidly taking over cities across the country. Lloyd and his squad have one rainy night to eliminate the city's prime walkers, rescue a kidnapped professor,
Professor Foley?
and search for clues to reveal the true nature of the Nightwalker threat. There are enough hints dropped to string players along, but the story is full of mission setups that make no sense from a plot standpoint. Why do vampires bother to kidnap your partner when they're quick to kill anyone else? And why does a game called Vampire Reign make you feel stupid for calling the creatures vampires?
What do you think they are? Modern-day vampires?
Well, if the shoe fits.
You heard the Colonel, Lloyd. You think you can handle the antenna on your own?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
The game consists of over 20 story missions, with extra tutorial and trial missions in between. Most missions require you to find your way from point A to point B without being spotted, often forcing you to go in the opposite direction to climb over several rooftops and circle around. You usually have to die a few times to find the right path, as you often alert Nightwalkers that you just didn't know were there. The tutorial and trial missions are mostly useless. One asks you to clear a rooftop for a helicopter to land, and while you may be expecting to decapitate vampires, you climb the building only to find a bunch of crates. The entire goal of the mission is to actually shoot crates.
You're as good as they say you are.
Unbelievable. The main game lasts around 20 hours, but most of that is due to the painful trial and error gameplay. The bonus missions and multiplayer modes are a nice gesture, but they really aren't worth bothering with.
Captain, Lloyd here. The antenna's out. I repeat, the antenna is out.
Good job, Lloyd.
The stealth gameplay in Vampire Reign is as basic as it gets. You don't have any detection meters to watch, and sticking to the shadows doesn't help. You simply have to stay out of the vampire's cone of vision to keep from being spotted. If you stay in its line of sight for too long, you'll be attacked. Nightwalkers are formidable opponents. They run like linebackers, jump to rooftops, and can kill you with just one blow. Plus, since it can take 20 rounds to kill an enemy, your handgun and rifle aren't much use, forcing you to avoid conflict most of the time. Some missions give you access to sniper rifles and shotguns, which are both effective weapons. The problem is that after you complete a mission, they're mysteriously taken away from you. In a game that takes place over the course of a single night, that doesn't really make much sense. And if a shotgun is the only reliable means of survival, who would want to walk around without one? You are also equipped with a UV knife, which allows you to stab an enemy from behind. But the knife only has a handful of charges in each level. That's right, your knife requires ammo. And it's kind of hard to sneak up on vampires when there are no sound effects to indicate when your footsteps are too loud. When standard enemies can kill with a single hit, you'd expect boss battles to be nearly impossible. But the Prime Walkers in Vampire Reign are easy to read pushovers. Edward, the game's first boss, carries a shotgun, but he prefers to walk over to kick you, obliviously stepping onto brightly lit mines in his path. When he does bring out the firepower, his attack pattern is so robotic and obvious that it's downright comical. Vampire Reign is missing the subtleties that make stealth games really come together. And its gameplay is so simple and formulaic that it's outclassed by even the earliest 8-bit entries in the genre. There's an overwhelming number of issues with Vampire Reign. While we'd like to go into detail about how obviously this game rips off Splinter Cell, or how later missions send you through earlier levels backwards, there isn't enough time for all the complaints. Vampire Reign just sucks.